But you know, everybody's like an eighth cousin, right? Like that's the maximum someone can be to you.
I'll tell you who's Hunter's first cousin.
What?
I'll tell you who Hunter's first cousin is. You ever seen Ryan from The Boys?
Oh my god.
I do not look like Ryan from The Boys.
I see that. I see it. No, he could be your cousin though.
I'm not Ryan from The Boys.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're his cousin. You look like his older cousin who got Compound V like version 0.5.
Welcome to Getting To It podcast. I'm Dave.
I'm Hunter.
I'm Brad.
It's kind of a rough morning because we're back in the garage and it's
balmy.
It's 11:48.
Yeah,
and it's getting hot.
I have work at 2.
He's got work at 2. We'll be done by then.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
I didn't eat very much.
I didn't eat it at all.
We're all so tired.
I had leftover Chinese takeout for breakfast and a cup of espresso, so I'm actually like 95% right now. I feel
good.
I feel fantastic.
That's really. I'm glad.
I'm
glad to hear that.
Prime condition to sweat my ass off in this garage.
Well, last night we had a show at the house. Shout out Familiar Faces one more time. Familiar Faces, Molly Doll, and Solaris, I think the other band was. All from Long Beach State.
Molly Doll.
Oh, dude, a bunch of them were from Fullerton.
Interesting.
Yeah, Molly Doll was from Fullerton, but Solaris and Familiar Faces are from Long Beach State. So shout them out.
Shout out local artists.
I
Yeah.
thought that.
But we had a concert here, pretty low key, pretty
Yeah,
know,
like 30,
small.
40
Yeah.
people.
30-40.
It was nice. I showed up 3 hours late, so I showed up right before the headliner went on. Which,
Just to go see my girlfriend for her birthday, pretty much.
Yeah, it was also
yeah.
Emily's birthday.
It
And,
was. It was.
Sang
It
a little
was.
happy birthday song. It was fun. It was a good show.
It was.
Time.
Yeah.
It was fun.
But we're all just tired now.
I also haven't been sleeping very well this week.
What's up with that, dude?
Moving into the new place, you know how it is when you move in. It's like the conversations every single day till like 3 a.m.
New roommate conversations.
Yeah, the new
Yeah.
roommate. Like you're friends with them already, which makes it worse because then you're like gonna be sitting there the entire time. But like moving in last weekend, it was just like I go to bed at like 3 a.m. every night now, and I'd like wake up early. So I'm just out of it.
How's the new place treating you so far?
There's AC.
That's nice.
This is
Fire.
the first house I've lived in with AC, and I love it so much. And then like just in general, it's nice. It's a quiet neighborhood. It's close to the 405.
Okay, so good access.
Yeah.
AC is like only popular in America.
Because we're one of the hottest countries.
No, like there's other countries that just don't have it.
They just suffer.
Are they
Yeah,
also
they just
like
use fans and like they don't really use it. Because it uses so much power that it's like not worth it.
okay? We're also
But
one of the
we-
only countries with the like most amount of hydroelectric dams, windmills, and other sources
Yeah,
of
but we
electricity.
don't use all of that.
Yeah,
we
most
mostly
of it.
use coal and natural gas.
Well, we've also shaped basically the entire world economy around making natural gas cheap for us.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
fucking.
There's a reason why we went to Afghanistan back in
What we
the
got?
early 2000s.
Well, I want to switch back to nuclear. Let's go. Clean nuclear. Let's go.
I think nuclear is like a good thing to help us out on our transition to more renewable energies. But I don't see it as being able to like hold over the whole nation. I see it as kind of an intermediary as we transition away from like natural gas and coal.
You know, I think like France is like almost all nuclear.
Well, yeah, I think there's some countries where it's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Like, barring the one thing, it makes a lot of sense for Japan to be nuclear. Like,
Yeah. Well, they had the Fukushima.
that's the one thing.
Yeah.
Like barring that, like a country that has like, you know, less natural resources to produce energy and less space to put stuff, like they like we could cover we could cover fucking Nevada in solar panels. We could just do it. You know, they don't have that space.
Yeah.
They don't have space because nobody wants to live in the middle of the desert.
Well, okay. So with nuclear, though, everybody's like, oh, it's so dangerous, so dangerous. No, Fukushima was like mistakes.
Poorly kept.
Same with Chernobyl. Like, and those are the only two like actual disasters that happened.
There's other meltdowns that have happened.
Yeah, but they were contained and they were safe, right?
There's
And
a lot
they
of
were
big
stopped.
advances in have you guys heard of thorium reactors?
Yeah.
Yeah. And those are, I mean, a lot easier to, like, when meltdowns initiate, to, like, diffuse and stuff, because you can just pull the plutonium out and stuff, because most of it's a non-reactive, like, shell or whatever.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say non-reactive, because that's a science word, and I don't know that that's scientifically true. But basically, it's, like, 98% thorium and, like, 2% plutonium. And then if you just pull the plutonium out, the rest of it becomes a lot less dangerous.
Yeah.
So...
all it is. It's just hot rocks that make steam, and then the steam powers things.
They're not just hot, they're fucking cursed.
Yeah.
They glow in the dark.
They make you glow in the dark.
Cursed.
They also make the minions in Homer Simpson glow.
That's true.
Actually, no. So I actually have a funny story. I was reading with Emily for one of our homework assignments.
Sure.
And the assignment was basically based off of like scientists in India doing research and finding that, like, trying to find if
what's she studying? Like what's the class?
it was GE. It was like I don't even remember the name of the class, but it was like something not even close to like what it was doing. Like,
oh, okay.
She basically, it was like, I think it was like a journalism class or something, and all of the assignments are basically you had to do a bunch of readings and then just take notes on it and then just call it a day.
That's basically what journalism is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so basically, I was reading it with her, and basically these scientists in India were saying that, like, cell towers and nuclear power plants were the source of a lot of, like, pollution around India.
What do you mean pollution?
Well, India, like radiation pollution. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like radiation pollution, like causing people to get sick and stuff and all that.
Okay, yeah, there's, the cell towers and all that stuff, but there's also, India doesn't have the same safety regulations.
No,
as
and
the US.
They also don't have as many, like, I want to say they don't have as many, like, options in order to, like, help containment of certain things, and also, like, I don't feel like they have, like, the best of, like, advancements in technology to be able to, like, consume the way they consume.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, I mean, I think India is at the epicenter of, like, giant socioeconomic trade war, right? Because India is getting the best of both worlds between trade with, like, Europe in the West and then also, like, China in the East. So there's a lot of economic influx there, but they also have a giant population without the infrastructure to, like, contain it. Like, they don't have the roads and schools and hospitals and stuff necessary. Plus there's all these global superpowers that are like, hey, for 200 like fucking $1 million, could we put a giant factory here and dump all the waste into this pool, like in this lake or whatever that people use to, like, bathe and, like, drink and wash their clothes and, like, like, there's a lot of things coming together to just kill Indian people. Not to mention their government's a fucking mess right now too.
Oh yeah, no. What has it not been though? Like, ever since the British left, like, they have not had a stable, like, government.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would hardly call the British, like, super stable either.
No,
it was stable. I'm not pro imperialism.
We had massive protests. Like, there was huge civil unrest. We all learn about Gandhi.
Yeah, but that wasn't a massive protest or civil unrest. That was
it kind of was.
I mean, okay, it was civil unrest, but it was
kind of nationwide.
It was nationwide. It wasn't riots. It wasn't that type of stuff. Now they're having riots. You know,
what country's not having riots right now besides North Korea?
Good thing. It's not a good thing to have riots all the time.
Well, having riots all the time is kind of a misnomer. You don't really have riots. Like, there's been like, what do you mean all the time? For what period of time?
You shouldn't have a riot every 6 months. You know, that's a lot. You know, that is a civil unrest. Sure, there should be protests, but having riots every 6 months is a lot.
I don't know.
I feel like it's a normal day in Los Angeles.
That's why Los Angeles is considered a third world city. I'm not kidding.
Because of all the homelessness?
Because all the homelessness,
we meet the metric.
Unrest.
Oh, because all the housing prices are too high for the amount of money that people make here.
It's considered a third world city.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm proud of us.
Same with Detroit.
Glad to know.
Yeah.
Detroit makes sense. Detroit's messed up.
Well, look at LA. It's the same shit.
It's not the same shit. There's still massive amounts of economic power flowing through LA in a way that Detroit doesn't have.
Detroit's just there, kind of.
Like Detroit they built a city on top of General Motors, and then General Motors left.
They did.
Yeah, where are they now?
A lot of their shit's built overseas.
Yep.
Where are they now? But instead of celebrities, it's businesses.
Companies. Where are they located now? Actually, I bet you General Motors is building a lot of stuff in Mexico, like through the NAFTA agreements.
Probably stuff.
Yeah.
You know what else is in Mexico?
What's up?
A large amount of people who come here. I saw one video of I saw a video.
What a great. There we go. All right, what's up?
I saw a video of people coming into San Diego on boats, and lifeguards and police were running after them.
Yeah, there does seem to be, at least on some level, a giant border crisis. Like,
to deny the border crisis is, that's like denying that climate change.
Yeah.
It's happening. There's evidence, there's videos, there's witness, and people who come over. It's a crisis, and there's people from all over the world flying to Mexico and then traveling through. Like, that's a really common thing now, and we're doing nothing to stop it.
You know what I deny?
What?
The moon. I think the moon's fake. I think it's actually an alien super base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Controlling the world.
Yeah, it is. Because I'll tell you what.
You actually believe the moon is there?
It's a super base.
It's a spotlight.
It's just a light.
It's not a light. It's actually an alien super base. You want to know why?
It's where the sun goes at night. It just turns off.
No, it doesn't turn off. It rotates around because it's the alien overlords overlooking us, and they want to make sure that we don't do anything bad.
Well, we're doing bad stuff, so...
Well, they're not looking out for if we're doing anything bad to each other. They're looking out for if they do anything bad to the aliens.
I see.
How would we know the aliens are there?
Some of us know.
Because they come and infiltrate our governments, and then they tell our governments, we're watching you, and we want you to do this. So
lizard people.
That
the lizard people
off our back.
The lizard people.
I think the lizard people ended up being like a allegory for like anti-Semitism.
So government.
Yeah.
So government.
What about it?
It's just deep state. We all think there is a deep state. There's got to be something going on.
The deep state's just the CIA.
I mean, we've all been part of enough like organizations over the course of like our like childhood and early adulthood. Like, deep state's just a fancy way to say like, when you have to put people in charge, like they're gonna have to make like unilateral decision, not unilateral, but like decisions without the masses' knowledge. Like, I think that has to happen at some level.
Yeah,
I call that the CIA.
You call that the CIA?
Yes.
Fucking.
But the thing deep state is there's plan, and they're doing fucked up shit.
Oh, you think that I don't think the issue with the that there being a plan, like, I guess that there's plans everywhere, right?
Yeah,
Everyone's
it's agendas and what they want and things like that.
Yeah.
And, like, I think the government is trying to control us. You know?
Sure. I mean, it's a fairly.
What?
I mean, yeah. They don't want us murdering each other. They don't want us, like, you know, fucking burning down their buildings and shit. Like, there's, I'm sure, plenty of.
No, I mean, they're making us more docile
They're making
by the day.
It doesn't feel that way. Like, if anything,
It feels
like,
that way to me, bitch.
well, yeah, but
Okay.
the fact that it feels that way to you is more to my point. Then,
Okay.
if you feel that way, then that's indicative that people aren't more docile.
I feel that way because I feel more docile.
You feel more
You
docile?
you feel
like
docile?
yeah, I feel like everybody.
But we can't convince you to wear shoes half the time. How do you feel more docile?
Yeah, because
It's no shoes, no shirt, no service, and yet somehow Dave is still never wearing fucking shoes. You're a wild fucking animal. You're not domesticated. You're running free.
I feel like I'm being trying to be domesticated. That's what's happening. I feel like I'm being attacked. And
Can I ask you a question
from
about
the
that?
wild side of it, I feel it even more.
Do you think any part of that is just like being 23 and like having that feeling of like, I need to grow up, I need to get a 401k, I need to.
No, I don't think
No?
it's that.
Dave, I
no,
swear to
like,
God.
there's things like that. Yeah, I understand, and those are things I would need and things I want to do.
Does that feel like domestication to you?
No,
What does that feel like?
it just feels like growing up.
Okay.
I mean domestication as in
Yeah.
they're not domesticating the older people. It's about the kids.
That's why they make you get a 401k. And
That's
everything.
why they make you buy their fucking poison.
Let's just look at food and entertainment, right?
Sure.
Two things that are used to control people, right?
Okay.
Make sure they're full and make sure they're entertained,
Yeah.
right? It's been honestly, it's been the basis of every empire and why every empire has fallen and risen and was made to.
We don't even have good access to food right now.
That's a
more
problem.
and more people are like food insecure. Like, if there's a plan, it's not going well.
Yes. The food insecurity is part of it because they're not pumping you full of good food. They're pumping you full of Chick-fil-A and shitty food.
Chick-fil-A's good when you
No,
get
no,
it's
he
not.
separated. He said there's Chick-fil-A and there's shitty food, and they're giving you these two.
Yeah. Well, Chick-fil-A is still
But they're
shitty.
not, because those prices, I mean, all of large-scale fast foods facing like massive economic losses right now as they lose out to more like fast casual and stuff.
Yeah. But even the fast casual,
It's also government controlled.
it's also shitty for you.
Well, okay, but whatever. Like, that doesn't make
Nobody
it a plan.
makes a home cooked meal anymore. There
That's
used to
just
be-
not true.
Okay, it used to be home cooked meals.
People are making more
Daily.
home cooked meals now than ever.
No, they're not.
Oh my god.
They're
because they
not.
can't afford other
They
food.
can't
Dave.
afford the home cooked meal.
Yeah, they can.
People are
And even,
It's
even
more
the home
cheap.
cooked meals are like the Trader Joe's pre-made, prepackaged.
It's
Okay, that's
cheaper to buy a.
It's not making raw ingredient stuff. It's pre-made stuff.
It's cheaper to buy from the store a pound and a half of ground beef and put that into pasta and feed 4 people than it is to go to
Okay.
McDonald's and buy food for 4 people.
Okay.
like
What's in the
Yeah.
ground beef?
Yeah.
What's in that ground beef? It's not
Beef.
That's
It's
not one
USDA.
cow. That's a mix of
microplastics.
like 4 cows right there.
fucking who
On top of
cares?
that, on top
It's
of
the
that,
cow.
Dave,
on
look
top of
me
that,
in the eyes.
what pasta sauce are you using?
I-
Are you making your own from raw ingredients, or
Yeah,
are you
they
using
could. Who
canned
cares?
ragu?
Dude, you sound like
That's
a
what I'm
housewife
saying.
from the 50s where all the fucking cake mixes came in fucking boxes pre-made instead of from scratch. Sometimes we make advancements where more readily, like things that are closer to being the food you eat are more readily available now.
Yes, I understand that, but I'm saying a lot of those things are not good for you.
Yeah.
Look at
We don't like things that
I
are good
can-
for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
We
then
don't.
wait, who-
That's my
but
problem.
it doesn't
That's
take-
our whole point. They're not good for you.
It didn't
and
take
we're
a
making
fucking
things-
plan to get America addicted to trans fats and sugar. We did that to ourselves.
Exactly. And we're continuing to do it to ourselves.
I would
and there's
say-
no plan to stop
There's
it.
a thing called Ben and Jerry's ice cream, and I'm damn proud to fucking eat it.
Fucking, that's why I stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Because I can get my fucking Ben and Jerry's for $5 at the grocery
Do you
store.
actually get Ben and Jerry's for $5?
Dude, you can get like a pint for like probably $5. Yeah.
Oh, I don't need Ben and Jerry's, but
I don't either. I was just saying it because I like ice cream.
yeah, ice cream fucks.
All I'm saying is, look, I love ice cream too. Don't get me wrong. Like I love shitty food, and it should be treated as shitty food, not as food to keep you well.
I don't think anyone's sitting down to like the fucking Domino's pizza going, you know what'll sustain me? Like everyone, I think we're more conscious of it now than we ever were before. I think more people are trying to make more reasonable decisions in their health eating.
Tell that to my stomach.
But we're not.
Hunter's not, but he's 20, so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
I have like 2 more years until I have to like genuinely start to like be concerned about what I eat.
That's what everybody's saying to themselves. So many people are saying, oh, I got some more time to do it. I got some more time to do it. And then now we have an obesity problem.
We've had an obesity
Yeah, we
problem.
have no. I know, we've had it. This is what I'm talking about.
But I don't.
This is what I'm fucking talking about.
So the obesity epidemic is people controlling us.
Okay, I don't think it's full control. I think it's pushing for things.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
There's a thing called advertisements, and I think advertisements just have a little bit too much free reign.
It's not just advertisements. It's our options for things. And yes, advertisements. But what's on the shelves? Where is it on the shelves? That's important stuff as well. Where do you see things? What options do you have?
High level.
Okay. The mac and cheese, right? Right? Kraft
Like
mac and cheese.
box
We
mac
know
and
that
cheese.
shit is terrible for you, right?
It is?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Fuck,
It's
dude,
so
I
bad
thought
for you.
everything fucking fluorescent yellow was good for me.
No, I'm saying we
Damn
know.
it.
Here's the thing. We know all this shit's bad
Dude,
for
I was
us.
racking up lines of the Kraft mac and cheese powder and just snorting it. Easy cheesy, brother.
That stuff is so good.
But yeah, it's front and center and also takes
front
up
and center.
way more space on the shelves. Like there's more boxes
more of
next
them.
to each other, not just deep, than a lot of competitors, sure.
And the healthy option is very small, and it's not healthy at all because it's still shitty box mac and cheese. But it's a little better for you because it's not pumped full of chemicals and ingredients that just don't make sense.
I
Right?
love mac and cheese, though.
He makes a good point. I don't know.
That's why I get mac and cheese from work.
Here's what and look, I'm no capitalism truther. Like I don't think the market's going to save us or anything. But I think between like movies and TV and food, like people vote with their dollar aggressively, and like we've seen it with like all sorts of stuff from like the MCU to anything else. Like when people stop going to these major things that would, in my mind, be part of the theoretical deep state plan to fucking domesticate us all. Like when we stop watching them, those things change. Like we do have the ability to change these things. And it's the reason that so many staple fast food restaurants are changing their ways now too.
Yes.
Do you ever think about the fact that you just might have been a honey badger that was turned into a human?
Yeah, have you seen a photo of your mom in the hospital?
Do you know that you were actually conceived a human?
What does being a honey badger have to do with it?
You said you're feeling like there's a wild side to you. I feel like you're just a honey badger.
I could just see you wanting to attack birds with feathers still on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's normal, right?
Yeah,
It's whatever.
that's
right?
a given.
Yeah,
It's a hobby.
for sure. I don't.
Do you like naturally and like readily sourced?
When I feel
honey?
something
Yeah.
is bad, yeah, of course, shit's delicious. All right. Have you ever had natural honey?
I like
have.
what?
Like straight
Have you guys
from
had
the fucking
wildflower honey, the one that has like the floral notes?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Oh.
it's delicious. I love just having honey sticks and stuff like that. Those are like a common. Fine, I'm a honey badger, but
There we go.
at the
I knew
same
it.
time, I feel in my gut
Yeah.
I'm very sensitive.
Okay.
Not in a bad way.
Sensitive
Like,
tummy or
I'm not gonna shit
But your
myself.
stomach palate is very attuned. Is that what you're?
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel when something isn't good for me.
I've
right?
seen him eat greasy food and he literally like lays down and he's like, I feel like shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's
it's
crazy.
crazy after like fucking watching you drink like 4 shots of Parrot Bay like rum and then eat like cold pizza. You're like, I know when things are not good for me.
Okay, yes, there's that. And then there's also the, less shitty things. I can tell when something's covered in preservatives.
Yeah.
Like I feel it. It tastes
You
different to
do
me.
have a good relationship to fruits and veggies.
I
like
love
whole
fruits.
food stuff.
I don't like veggies. I like fruits though.
Okay.
Because my theory on that
Mm.
is fruits are made to be eaten. They want to be eaten, right? The plant wants you to eat it, so you get the seed out.
Are you
and then
saying
you put
that plants have consciousness now?
No, I'm
he's
saying
plants are
evolution-
kinky.
No, I'm saying
Okay,
evolutionary,
yeah.
like, they want you to eat it, right? That's what it evolved to do,
I
is for
don't
animals to
think-
eat the fruit.
Oh, for fruit, sure.
Yeah, but for vegetables,
I mean, kind of.
they
How does a
don't have
stone fruit
seeds.
work?
what?
Like a stone fruit?
Yeah,
the ones
they
with
want
the
you to
pits.
eat it.
And just leave the pit somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you eat it while you're walking, and then you drop it,
I think that
and it goes far from the tree.
he just has a fruit kink.
What?
I think that Dave
It's
just
a
wants...
breeding kink, but it's a fruit kink.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think that's it.
But for veggies,
Where are you putting
and
that green
vegetables,
thumb?
You have to be very careful about certain vegetables.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like any of the what family is it? Okay, so there's broccoli, there's kale, lettuce, Brussels
Cauliflower.
sprouts, cauliflower.
Leafy greens?
No, all of these came from this one plant that got like split up,
Okay.
right? And that
Sure.
one plant,
Didn't like to be eaten?
no,
Oh.
I don't think so. But it was split up and like different.
Kale's one of like
selective-
the superfoods, right?
Yeah, but those foods are bitter and they don't like.
They're yucky in your tummy.
No, they
Dude.
don't want to be eaten. If it makes you feel bad in your stomach, it's probably not good for you.
I love cauliflower and broccoli though.
Does it make you feel good in your stomach?
You steam it, and
it-
it's delicious.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever
Is
gotten
it
that.
delicious or does it make you feel good?
Both.
Okay,
I
then
would-
that's
I
a
would say I'm a
different
big-
gut than me.
Big broccoli. Yeah, that's true. We all have different gut biomes.
Different gut biomes. Mine, it doesn't like it. Like, yeah,
Mm.
I'll have it sometimes, but like if I have too much, I will be like sick.
That's how I am with pineapple. I
Well,
feel like
pineapple is.
I feel like I don't have the necessary pH to fight the citric acid. in
The just
pineapple.
straight acid coming out of it.
I do eat a lot of acid. I have a lot of acid in my diet. Like I will eat straight up drink lime juice, just straight up a shot of it. It's delicious.
I think
Lime juice is
that
good.
Dave has the perfect stomach for a primal type.
Yo, you want me to go paleo?
Yeah, I think that you and the Liver King would be best friends.
Dave doesn't have an agricultural stomach. He's
No.
got the nomad stomach still. He
I do
needs
feel
to
like a nomad, man.
wander
I'm a
the
nomad.
land and eat the fruit off the tree.
Sounds nice. It sounds so nice.
Hunt
Yeah.
for your own food.
I'll hunt some rabbits.
I do want to get
Yeah.
back a little bit to the other, to the primary topic of this, which I want to agree with you that specific companies are trying to get us addicted to stuff. Like obviously
yeah,
Coca-Cola.
no,
and
I agree to that.
100%.
yeah.
I don't want to discount that the food corporations are doing this.
I was
it's-
just
okay.
poking fun.
The shooter for Trump's rally.
Oh,
Right.
the
They're like
attempted
and-
assassin.
Yeah, the attempted assassin was not related to MK Ultra. Just out of nowhere, they made a statement about that.
No way.
That's what they did.
Where did you read that?
The fucking CIA.
You read the CIA
No,
website?
they made a post on it. It's government websites.
No way.
Yes, I saw it. Okay, so I saw it on TikTok, so I looked it up.
Good man.
Yes,
Good man.
that's what I do. If I see shit, I'm gonna look it up.
Can I say that this podcast has helped me with misinformation and disinformation because now I feel the need to look things up before I say them here?
Exactly.
Yeah, probably because
that's what
I
I've
keep
been
saying
doing.
random stuff, and you guys are like, dude, you're lying
You're
out of
not
your
looking
ass.
things up at all, but
Yeah.
I know you are.
No, okay.
More or less.
It's
I know
either-
I am. All right.
It's either I know it already, or I just start talking, and
Yeah.
then if you guys know it's wrong, I'll just be like, they'll figure it out, because I like to just I like to
Yeah.
poke the bear sometimes. I'll just be like, oh yeah, no, this happened. You guys no, it didn't, and I'll just keep talking, and then you're like,
Yeah, you just love to spread that information, huh?
you know what else I love to spread?
Oh.
Anyways, about what I'm saying with it's not MK Ultra. Why would they say that?
This is not MK Ultra.
It's because it's not. It's why would they feel the need to say that? Nobody was saying that. Nobody was saying anything.
There's
if
no
somebody
rumors
was
related
they
to
shouldn't
it.
be saying it.
I-
Anyways.
I try to leave a lot of, especially with government stuff, up to negligence. Like,
Oh, 100%.
one intern in like in Langley was sitting there on TikTok, and it's like they saw one that's like crooks equal MK Ultra, and it got like ran up the flagpole, and then now we have a press release for no reason. Like I mean,
yeah, don't get me wrong. The government is a shit show that doesn't know how
Human
to handle
error.
itself.
I mean,
But
if you ask me, do I think it's staged?
that's a whole. Jesus.
But
Yeah,
do I think he's
that's
MK Ultra? I don't know. Why not?
Definitely part of it. I
The
don't know.
weirdest part
It's-
was that he was a Republican. Like he was a voting Republican, registered as a Republican.
I don't know if it's
And,
that weird. Well, I think a lot of Republicans kind of felt left out in the rain after the last election.
Yeah, but how are you gonna be 20 years old and you're?
I don't think people even know what political identity they are. They know
Yeah.
the identity and they know to hate the other person, but they don't know what they are.
Yeah,
or
they
what
don't
believe, so
know
they get
anything
pissed
but the
off.
way they vote.
No, they don't. People
And they
don't
vote like their parents voted, and their
Exactly.
parents vote like their parents voted.
Yeah. People don't talk about politics anymore. They listen to politics and then they absorb.
Ooh, people don't critically debate politics anymore.
Exactly.
Kids these days.
We're critically debating.
So vaguely.
Vaguely, but we're at least debating it and we're talking
I love
about
the fact
it,
you're
right?
saying that to somebody who did debate.
Oh, I mean that's been a while, but yeah, I mean, like, I think especially this election cycle, I've come to the realization that in the absence of being a part of like a debate community where I'm regularly having these conversations all like to the point of nauseum, I just don't feel like informed anymore. Like I don't feel as steadfast in my opinions because they're not tried in the day to day.
Yeah.
Like it used to be, you know.
You had to defend or like actually listen.
I should randomly text you about a subject and then just start arguing with you about it.
Yeah, that'd make me hard.
Nice.
Okay, I retract my statement and I retract what you want from me.
It's too late. It's already in the spank bank.
Anyways,
You're already
to
thinking
su-
about it later.
To sum all this up, yes.
All
to
of it.
sum up half of this episode, because we're gonna read Amir's letter in a minute.
Oh, thank God.
I'll sum it up. Yes, I'm a honey badger. Yes, I do not like veggies. The government wants to control you, and you can't change my mind about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fuck it. That's a
Alien-
vibe.
You think they
are
don't want to
real.
control you at all? They don't want.
I feel like
you
we
to-
started this by me saying that they do want to control you on like a number of things,
Okay.
but like parking
No,
tickets.
I think we're not
Like
giving them
monetary
enough
value.
credit. Yeah, because they are.
I'm
a
also the only.
stupid-
Just put your hand up if you've worked for the U.S. federal government. Really? Where'd you work?
I helped with IRS stuff once.
Oh, fuck off! I worked for a congressman. Suck my nuts.
Hey, I also work for the school districts.
That's not federal.
Government.
State.
Whoa.
Government is government, and that shit. is
Government is
terrible.
government. I don't know.
I
gotta
haven't worked
admit,
for any
like-
government because I'm off grid.
Chick-fil-A's the Republic of Chick-fil-A is coming.
I'm
Yes.
kidding.
Dude, splitting California. If California exits the union, splits into two different states. One of them's just ran by the Cathy family from Chick-fil-A.
Why would they do that? They would, if anything, they would have.
Franchising rights.
No, you know what's
rights.
crazy? Some lady from Florida was in my work the other day, and she got an iced coffee, and she was like, "Oh, there's Chick-fil-A's around here." I was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Oh, I didn't know that. I'm from Florida, and they're all over the place over there, but I didn't know that there were a lot around here."
You know what it is? And we'll get to the Amir letter in a minute.
It's a good one.
Good. Everyone wants an In-N-Out or a Whataburger. Like, everyone wants
Everyone wants to be
their
California.
regional fucking good regional fast food chain. But you just can't be like Southern California.
Yeah.
Well, because
Here's the thing. In-N-Out has spread so much.
Idaho.
It's in Idaho now.
Dude, on every burger.
Yeah. Wait, what?
You said In-N-Out spread so much.
I love spreading. That's what
No,
I meant
no.
earlier. I love the spread.
The companies.
I love the
the
spread.
company of
Oh,
In-N-Out has
yeah.
spread out like
Yeah.
nationally now. So it's like it's not just a California thing. You know?
It's
Mhm.
not, but also Chick-fil-A started as a in a mall actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
And I
wonder
believe it
fucking
started
Chick-fil-A
it
sucks.
started in Georgia.
It started at a mall in Georgia.
Yeah.
Name one other good thing that started at a mall in Georgia.
This is hot.
I'm hot and bothered.
Anyways, In and Out was the owners before they all died in a plane crash. Used to go to my church.
They all died in a plane crash together?
Yeah, it was a family-owned company.
Oh,
And like
okay, never mind.
all of them were on the plane, and they all crashed. And now it's like it was left to like
what, were they all going
the
on vacation?
granddaughter or something. I think so.
Hmm.
But yeah. So that's why like my church always has like In and Out trucks that comes by. Feel like part of the community. Kind of cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're the reason there's Bible verses on my Dr. Pepper cup.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Fire.
Anyways,
Fire.
Mr. Amir has sent us a letter.
Oh, and he's coming home soon, y'all. This month.
Yes.
Our three eager Amir viewers.
He addresses us. Ready? Dear GTIPers, the time is nigh as the month of August draws upon us. In less than a fortnight, I shall be among the knights of the GTIP table, crusaders of the rare and lost form of podmaxing. I have traveled far and wide on my quest for Saskatchewan, and I have found remnants of the fallen nation. He is in Canada and saw a Saskatchewan license plate. This has brought me hope, and I will continue my crusade to the Holy Land. For those back home, best wishes, and I hope this message reaches you with haste, with conviction and determination, Amir. He's coming back.
He's coming back.
He's
What
coming back.
in the old English?
So at the onset of this whole summer, when I was first pitching Amir that he should write us letters, I wrote him a fake one, like he was a soldier at war.
Yeah.
And now it's just like
Just whatever he's got.
It's
It's
just
just old English.
he just cracks the fucking thesaurus.com open.
No, I think, okay, so other languages have very distinct, I was thinking about this the other day, right?
Sure. Other languages.
Other languages have very distinct, like when you're learning another language, they're like, okay, this is the formal, this is the informal, blah, 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 right?
Spanish has that a lot.
Spanish has it,
Yeah.
French, Japanese, things like that, right? And it's like different ways you address people.
Mhm.
English has that too. We have so many different versions of it. We just don't think of it that way.
Yeah.
Because
Like
nobody
saying
cares
ma'am
enough.
versus woman or girl, very different things.
Yeah.
That ma'am.
Or miss, like those are all different forms of like formal and informal.
Yeah.
I say Mr. or no when like at work or even just like not
I just
even
say
at
sir.
work. I'll just say sir, ma'am.
I go, hey buddy.
Hey pal,
Yeah.
eat your chicken sandwich.
Fucking put someone's beer on the counter, stir it with my finger.
Yeah.
Take a little lick out of it. Just
Well-
stare them down.
Sip it, go, it's good.
I was thinking like, because I work with kids, right?
Yeah.
And I call them buddy.
That's
Well,
good. Yeah. Good,
just
good
like,
gender neutral.
hey buddy, you know, I call the boys buddy. The girl's like, hey sweetie, like what's going on here? Like, are you
Oh,
okay?
Mr. Dave.
Oh, it's not like that. It's very
Yeah.
professional, very
Yeah.
like, it's because I don't know their names. That's why.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
I
But
wouldn't know their names either. I wouldn't even care. So no. I have
what I'm getting
kids in my
at-
class. Cool. There we go.
what I'm getting at is like this formal and informal. Like I talk to my coworkers like they're coworkers, like very peers. Talk to my boss like they're formal, and then the kids like they're kids. You know? Like there's a very distinct line between it, and we just don't recognize it in our day to day.
I
Well,
do
it's
that
just
all
not
the
in
time.
the way we're taught English.
Well, yes.
Like
It's not in the way we're taught, but other people when they are learning English. So if you talk to like a different, like a English as ESL
Yeah.
person, like they will be able to pick it out.
That's English as a second language. If you're from buttfuck nowhere and there's no other languages spoken.
Yeah. But I mean,
So
just like how we're taught language growing up is so different than how people are taught language coming here and how we learn language. So if we teach English, like how, like, if we teach English in an ESL way, it'd be much easier for people to understand, like, ways to understand new languages because they have the same
Yeah.
strategies.
I
This
mean,
is just my theory on
well,
it.
but you're talking about learning a language as someone who already knows a language, right? When you talk about
Yes.
ESL.
Yeah.
That's not the same way that you learn English for the first time.
Well, okay, so when you're learning, I have experience, like I'm watching kids learn English and stuff like that, right? So like I'm seeing how they're doing it, and they're like, okay, this is a verb, blah, blah, blah. They are action verbs and things like that. And it's like, okay, this is good, but what about like the more bare bones of this is a formal version to speak, you know, this is different ways to do it.
You can still do that. You just have to wait till they're older. Like,
Why do you have to wait till they're older?
Because kids who are in like kindergarten aren't going to understand formal ways of speaking.
And that's the problem.
Maybe
you think they won't understand, but they do
I think
understand.
Because there's a
They're
lot
smart.
of programs that do teach. Other countries
at a school.
leagues ahead of us, but yeah.
I worked at a school that actually I worked at 2 schools, right? One that's half Spanish,
Right.
so it's a dual immersion, and another one that's half Mandarin, so it's another dual immersion.
Interesting.
Right? And
How'd the Mandarin one go?
not well at all. I will tell you that it does not go well. The kids kind of get it, but like most of them just don't get it whatsoever. But the half Spanish one, super easy. All the kids know it, and they all speak Spanish. Like they speak Spanish to me, and it's weird. But they learn English the same way they learn Spanish, and they're able to just like learn both at the same time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like that's I think what I was trying to say about especially other countries is they get at it from a lot younger age than we do, and it just feels more natural because your brain's still working out how to like learn, and so if you can teach it to learn in a way that also benefits learning language, like
if you learn something in a way that helps you learn more things like further on, I think that's really beneficial.
Yeah, learning's the superpower.
Yeah. Because right now we learned how to speak English, right? I have really hard trouble like learning a new language because I know English really well, and I learned it the way we're taught to learn it, right?
Right.
But
I think all of us learned English the way we all went through like K through 12 within like 100 miles of each other.
Yeah. But I mean, like it's so different than how we're taught to learn new languages.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I think also though, like
God, it's hot.
It is hot, but we're close.
Okay.
10 more minutes.
We can do it.
I think also like there's less impetus on us to learn language.
Yeah.
Like it's easy being
definitely
English speakers.
Yeah, there's definitely that. It's so easy to be English. You're not practicing it, but at the same time, like we could.
Oh, we should.
And we should.
Yeah.
And we should. Because you don't have to learn a new language here.
No.
In the U.S. You don't have to.
Dude, you're talking to 2 proud Latin language takers right here.
I mean,
my mom literally said for my freshman year going into high school, she was like, "You're not good enough at English to like take Spanish, so you have to take Latin so you can learn."
Which doesn't
like
make any sense. Like I had the same thing when I was in middle school. They're like, "Oh, you're not very good at English." I speak English perfectly fine. And they're like, "But so you're not going to learn. We're not going to put you in Spanish." It's like that doesn't make any sense. You think I don't know the language, so it's going to be harder for me to learn a different language?
Yeah, you're already failing English vocab, so we can't give you Spanish vocab on top of it.
It was just my mom saying that because she was like, "You've been scoring really poorly in English, so we're just gonna put you in Latin so that you can understand." And then she was like, "If you want to do Spanish after, you can do it."
I don't know. Latin fucks. I fuck with having learned Latin.
Yeah,
Latin's cool.
I got to AP Latin, was student of the year.
That's
in AP
crazy.
Latin.
It's crazy to me that Hunters did AP Latin.
I wish I had Latin at my school. We didn't have that. We had French, Spanish, Japanese, and German.
You had Japanese and
I
German?
would have wanted to learn German.
It was like one class.
I bet you there's a whole lot of fucking white dudes in the Japanese class.
Nobody chose to take German.
Really?
But yeah, it was all fucking like
just dudes with like their Naruto t-shirt and
it's all them in the Japanese class.
Hell yeah. No, German sucks. I took German for a semester in middle school because it was just an option, and that shit. I mean, I can count to 10, so fucking. Yeah, if anybody needs that done. But dude,
ich bin
ein Eis. That means I am a glass of water.
You are a glass of water.
Did you guys ever watch Mutsi?
Yeah.
9. Oh, it was just like a language learning, like educational program with a big green monster that taught you whatever language.
So Duolingo before Duolingo was a thing.
Pretty much.
Absolutely, but like on tapes and shit.
Dude, that's fire. I'll watch it.
Dude, GTIP does Mootsie together, and we just sit down and learn from like 30-year-old tapes of German.
I'm down.
Here's the thing with taking Latin to understand English. It's not a Romance language. English isn't a Romance language. It's Germanic.
That's wrong.
No, it's Germanic.
That's like
it's a
just
Germanic
wrong.
language. It's more based in Germanic origins than it is Romance origins, because it was Anglo-Saxon, right? They came from Germany. They were Germanic. They mixed with the Celts, right? That became a language. Then the Norse. Well, then the
Celts were Germanic people. You do realize this, yes?
The Scottish is what I mean. Yes. So, yes, they mix with the Celts, which is two different Germanic languages mixing, right? And then during the French invasion and the Norman invasion, right? That's when we got things like, we used to call like cow meat, we used to just call that cow, right? And then the French invaded, it became beef. That's how the language developed. So have its base is Germanic.
I thought that was I thought that was a class divide. Like,
Yeah.
poor people call it by the animal and rich people call it by like poultry or.
And why do you think there was a class divide? Is because of the French invasion.
The class divide is also
the French invasion didn't start that. It started with the Roman Empire invading all of the Germanic areas and then moving into England.
Oh, yeah.
Part of it was the Roman Empire, but the Roman Empire was pushed out of England and was pretty much killed off.
But they still had the Bible in Hellenic Latin.
That is true.
The Bible was in Latin, and most things in the area were in Latin. That's why when you read the Bible, so many people were saying to have like different languages.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it was a shared language of Latin.
Yes.
Because since the Roman Empire controlled so much of the area, Latin was such a common language to speak, which included most of Europe, which is why most of Europe was based off of Latin. And
Western Europe.
Western Europe.
Yeah.
Western Europe,
Which is pretty much just France.
The good part of Europe.
And Spain and Italy. And then England is a mix of so many different languages with the basis of Germanic. And then Latin was added onto it.
And then the French just made it more of a...
okay, so what happened was
a Romance language.
Germanic, and then the Romans came, right? And then the Romans were pushed out, and then everything Roman was considered evil for a while. And then the French came and then re-solidified like those words that the Romans put in, and then reintroduced different words.
Because they themselves were in Romance language.
Yes.
So they made...
But it's
English
still a basis of Germanic
Romance
origins.
language.
All right, man. It's vanilla ice cream with a strawberry swirl. You
Pretty
guys happy with this?
Yeah. Hey, I love knowing more about language. I think it's
Language is cool.
Etymology or something.
Etymology.
Yeah.
Boom. Latin scholars knowing the word etymology. Because that's the only thing we can do in common tongue is go, oh, the etymological background to this word.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I took French in high school. I took 2 years, right?
2 years.
Didn't do very well.
2 years, went to a state school. Things are adding up.
Yeah.
Took 4 and still went to a state school. It's
That's
not even
crazy.
like...
That is a lot. That's way too much.
I
said fuck that after
2
2
of those you didn't have to do.
Yeah.
Technically,
But also,
Yeah.
you got into a really good program in a state school.
That is true.
Like, me and Dave are kind of...
We had bomb threats every year at my high school, so it was
we only had
a
one
little different.
and one shooting threat. But besides that, we were chilling.
I will say this. I just saw the new Deadpool movie, and that's the first time I've walked into a theater and thought I should make sure I know where the exits are in a fucking long time, because that movie theater was fucking fit the profile.
I try and do that for everywhere I go, like knowing where the exits are. it's kind of just like a habit at this point. Like at first, like it was just like, oh, I should just know where the exits are at all times, and then now it's like, boom, 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 boom. I already know before I walk in. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
It is.
It's a
I
sign
mean,
of the
if there's ever-
times.
Well, if there's ever an emergency, it honestly started when I was somewhere and then there was an earthquake and I didn't know where the exit was, and I was like, oh shit, I would die. And then ever since then, I just like, okay. I know where the
Chaos
exits are.
creates conformity.
Yeah. Mm.
Well, we'll leave you viewers with that thought this week.
That weird thought.